Today I want to tell you about the next mistake people make about tshuva, but this is really, really crucial. This is getting down to the actual doing tshuva of why we fail. Even after we try to do tshuva, we attempt. This is what stops us. We make a simple mistake believing that the way I'm going to do tshuva is simply with the power of my conviction, my willpower. That's it. I'm never going to sin again. I'm going to be good. This, that. I won't get angry. No more cheeseburgers. I'm going to stop. The power of the conscious mind, conviction, is not enough to beat the Yetzer Hara for the simple reason that our ta'avot, our desires, our laziness, all the stuff that knocks us down, lie in our subconscious minds. And the conscious mind is not powerful enough to beat the subconscious. The Bali Musar taught us this long before psychology discovered it. The Bali Musar, Salanter, the Sefer Cheshbon Nefesh, what they talk about is you have to understand the motivation for our behavior. And it's not in our conscious mind, it lies in our subconscious mind. Rabbi Salanter gives an example. He says, take the mitzvah of Netilas Yadayim versus the mitzvah of cheating in business. He says everyone does Netilas Yadayim. If you're a religious Jew, you're so used to doing Netilas Yadayim before you eat bread that even if you don't really have the opportunity to do Netilas Yadayim, you can't really do it. Chances are you will ace that one. You're not going to go ahead and eat bread without Netilas Yadayim. But in the business world, do people cheat each other in business? Kind of awkward. But yeah, perhaps they do. Why is that? He says because one is so ingrained in the subconscious mind, it's easy. I'll tell you a story. There was a guy in yeshiva who had milk, and people were using his milk. He kept it in the fridge. Everyone was taking their milk, from the coffee. And he wrote on it, Geneva, Makbid Gomer, can't touch my milk. Then nothing helped. Everyone was, whatever, you take a little milk, he doesn't mind. He's just writing that stuff for somebody else, One day, he wrote on the milk, Chalav Stam, which means it's not kosher according to the most strict, no one touches milk after that. What that means is that there's a certain subconscious associations that affect our behavior. Even though stealing is obviously much worse than drinking Chalav Stam milk, but it's how we feel about things affect our behavior. So until we learn to train our feelings, our subconscious minds about our behavior, we're going to keep failing. In our tshuva chabura, we're doing just that. And let me give you an example of the most powerful subconscious force that can help us. And that is simply pleasure and pain. Pleasure is a subconscious, something that we're always looking for. And pain is something we're always running away from every time you open the fridge. You're looking for something you like to eat, and you're avoiding the things you don't like to eat. Broccoli sprouts, get that out of here. Oh, challah, let me at it, right? So you're looking for what you like. You go to ice cream store, so amazing display of delicious, mouth-watering ice creams. Which one do I want? Well, I want all of them, right? But you got to choose, you end up choosing the one you like, and you stay away from the one that you don't like. If we can utilize that force in doing tshuva, how? It goes like this. What scares us is that averos seem very tempting. Sometimes they're very attractive. They seem like they're going to give us a lot of pleasure. The thing is, what we're not necessarily paying attention to is that spirituality gives us much, much more pleasure. But we don't necessarily subconsciously feel that. We associate pleasures often with sin. And we don't associate pleasures. Our subconscious mind is not trained to feel the pleasure that comes from mitzvahs, that comes from activating, actualize our deeper self. But that's a training that we can train ourselves to feel. And I'll just tell you one more amazing thing that the Sifrei Kabbalah teach us, is that the truth is, all pleasure, even from sin, really comes from spirituality, because pleasure is something that the soul is feeling from spirituality. So why does sin feel so yummy? Because actually, mystically, there's a spark of Kedusha that is stuck inside what they call the klipa, the husk of the sin. And when a person performs a sin, behaves in a certain way, what they're enjoying is actually not the sin, but it's the spark of Kedusha, because only Kedusha is enjoyable. The only reason why we enjoy the sin is because our subconscious mind learns to mistakenly associate the pleasure that we're really getting from the spiritual spark with the husk, with the klipa, with the sin itself. So it's actually a mistake. What we could do is something much better, much more enjoyable. We could train ourselves to enjoy the spirituality itself, that spark, but get it in a mitzvah. Get it somewhere where it's complete, where it's unencumbered by any klipas, by any husks, and really, really much more thoroughly, fully, and purely enjoy ourselves. That's the kind of training that can really make doing tshuva easy. So join us in the Spiritual You Tshuva Chabura. What we're going to be doing there is focusing on subconscious part of who we are, learning how to trade that in a way that will be effective in doing tshuva. So send your email to thetorahcenter@gmail.com and join us.